What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen today, I'm gonna be showing y'all how to create the CATFISH, Lob City, defensive anchor DeAndre Jordan build in NBA 2K23 on next gen. Now, with this build, we have a lot of potential. We're actually going to be able to get pro contact dunks, and also when it comes down to the actual abilities of the stats, we can get a 100 plus close shot, layup, driving dunk, post control, interior defense, block, defensive rebound, with a high 90s for the steal. Now, this is going to be the perfect build for contact dunks and catching alley-oops, and this build is also going to be able to play in any game mode and have success with one of the best, most versatile post-scoring players and a key center for any defense and offense. Now, DeAndre Jordan, I'm telling y'all, comes perfect with the defense all around the board, contact dunks, catching alley-oops, and this is also a one-of-a-kind build that has you covered on offense and defense at all times. Now, with the elite defense all around the board, this build can guard any position from point guard to center. And like I said earlier, you're able to take this into any 5v5 game mode, 3v3, 2s, or even the 1s. Now, no matter the game situation, this build is going to have you covered with the elite defense and also allows you to play even as a point guard if you wanted to. Now, you really have to be sure that when you make this build, you base it off of your own play style. But with the way that I'm bringing it to y'all today, you're definitely going to be able to do a little bit of everything, especially if you're one of the more skilled players. Now, look, before we get any further, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. Smash that like button, and I would appreciate it if everybody commented down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from watching today, and I most definitely will be hitting y'all back with a response. Now, let's go ahead and get started with this build creation so we can make it out of the power forward or center position, but today I'm going to be going with power forward. Now, let's go ahead and get started by creating this build. We're going to go under the power forward position today instead of the center, and if you wanted to, it does not make too much of a difference. Now, when it comes down to the body settings, this is going to be one of the most important factors of this build. I'm going to go with the height of 6'11". Now, when it comes down to the weight, I'm going to go ahead and put this to 231, and then for the wingspan, I really think it's going to be best at 7'9". Now, for the body shape, I'm going to go with built or defined, but honestly, either way, both of these are going to be a correct option. Now, from here, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the physicals. Now, for the speed, I'm going to go with the 76, 70 acceleration, 82 strength, 77 vertical, with an 88 stamina. Now, be sure to add a +4 towards all of these areas. We're going to have an 80 speed, 74 acceleration, 86 strength, 81 vertical with a 92 stamina, and I think that sets us up perfectly to get started with this build. Now, from here, I'm going to go ahead and get into one of the best areas, which will be the defense. Now, with the interior, I'm going to go 88, 73 perimeter defense, 77 steal, 93 block, 78 offensive rebound with a 99 defensive. Now, with these 29 badges, I'm liking that we get ankle braces on silver, challenger, glove, and interceptor all out of tier 1. Now, for tier 2, we get box out beast and chase down artist on Hall of Fame. Post lockdown on gold is going to be essential as well as anchor. And then we're still able to get Hall of Fame pogo stick as well as rebound chaser. Now, this is going to be one of the best defensive builds that you can possibly make. And not to mention, we also will be able to get slashing takeover, which makes it even better on the offensive end. So from here, let's go ahead and get started with the finishing. Now, for the close shot, I'm going to go with an 85, 80 driving layup, 86 driving dunk, 71 standing dunk with an 89 post control. And not to mention as well, we also will be able to get post scoring takeover. So just take that into account on this build. Now we get gold limitless takeoff, Hall of Fame pro touch. Also post spin technician with a few other post scoring badges on Hall of Fame. Now I like silver slithery, fearless finisher, and posterizer. Back down punisher is clutch, but then for tier 3, we get bully. And also when it comes down to fast twitch and master, these are going to be on gold with bronze rise up. Now, when it comes down to the finishing, take into consideration the takeovers that we do get. Now, with everything taken into consideration on the finishing and the defense, I'm telling y'all, these are going to be the two strongest areas for this build. But we're still going to be able to take this build into any game mode, like I said. So don't count out the shooting, but from here, let's go ahead and get started with the playmaking. Now, for the pass accuracy, I'm going to go 78. 65 speed with ball, and yes, we get a 70 ball handle, which will allow us to dribble. Now we get clamp breaker, handles for days when it comes down to tier 1 with the 15 badges. Also quick first step and vice grip with bailout. But I still do like the fact that we're able to get gold unpluckable just to give us that safety net. And if you add a few extra badges towards this area, you will be able to get it on gold. Now from here, let's go ahead and wrap up the offense when it comes down to the shooting. So when it comes down to this area, I didn't touch anything for the mid-range or the three-pointer, but I did go with a 70 free throw, and I think this is going to be perfect. I'm telling y'all, you really don't need to go much higher than a 70, especially when you consider buying boost and running with teammates that do have on Hall of Fame floor general. Now in total with this build, I'm telling y'all, you pretty much have everything that we need. Off rip, you will start with 72 badges at least. And then take into consideration, remember we do have that 99 defensive rebound, 99 block with boost as well as an interior defense. Now with the takeovers, look, we get the slashing, rim protecting, glass cleaning, as well as the post scoring. So you're going to be just fine when it comes down to the offensive end. One setup of takeovers that I would go with if you're looking to play more of a 1v1 type style, I would go with finishing moves, and then the second one, you can go ahead and pick advanced post moves. Now if you want to help out on the defensive end, I would really go ahead and consider See the Future Takeover with Paint Intimidation. Now however you decide to go about it, make sure you base it off of your own preference. Let's go ahead and check out the build to make sure that we made it correctly, and if you followed every single step, we should be getting these three comparisons, and I love the fact that one of them is Giannis. And as y'all can see, we were able to create the Catfish, slashing defensive anchor, aka the Lob City Threat, DeAndre Jordan build in NBA 2K23. Now with the fact that we're able to buy our own boost, adding the plus 10 from the two separate takeovers, and also the plus 4 from running with a teammate that has on Hall of Fame floor general. Now the fact that your stats gradually go up the better you play makes this all the difference, and I really think that this is going to be one of the best center builds that you can take and dominate on any game mode, but especially with any team. Now from here, let's go ahead and get started when it comes down to the badge layout. Now for the finishing, I'm going to go with Giant Slayer, Slithery, Limitless Takeoff, and Pro Touch all out of tier 1, and if you wanted to, you can go with any of the actual post scoring badges, basing it off of your own preference and playstyle if you want to go that way. Now for tier 2, I like Fearless Finisher and Posterizer. Tier 3, Fast Twitch with Rise Up is going to be a perfect combination. And so far for the finishing, look, if you wanted to, you're able to get Bully. I didn't decide to throw this badge on, but if you do decide to throw extra badges towards this area, we're definitely going to be able to equip this as well. And another badge that I would consider would be Back Down Punisher, but we do have that post scoring takeover to make up for that. Now for the shooting, we're not going to be able to put on any badges unless you throw extra badge points into this area, so I would go with Volume Shooter or Agent 3. Now when it comes down to the playmaking, I'm going to go with Clamp Breaker and Handles for Days. Tier 2, Bailout, Quick First Step, and Vice Grip. Now my core badge will be Unpluckable, but look, all you need to do is add 2 extra badges towards this playmaking area, and we're going to be able to get Unpluckable on the gold tier. Now when it comes down to the defense, I'm going to go with Glove and Interceptor. Originally I did have on Challenger with silver ankle braces, but I did decide to go with 4 Hall of Fame badges instead of 3, so I'm going to go with Box Out Beast, Chase on Artist, Pogo Stick, as well as Rebound Chaser. Now Anchor is going to be a main badge that you definitely want to throw on. And I think honestly this is one of the more complete center builds, and being true to the center build name, I'm telling y'all, this is going to be a perfect build to take into any game mode, whether or not you want to play 5s or the 3s. The best thing about it in my opinion is that you're also able to play the 1s core. Now let me know in the comments, would you make any changes or adjustments, and if you did enjoy this video, be sure to go ahead and let me know if you made it exactly how I did. But look, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and don't forget to smash that like button as well as comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from watching today, and I will definitely hit y'all back with a response. But again, I just want to say thank God for another day and another opportunity, and with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.